Hi, welcome to my video on finding from an equation the amplitude, frequency, period, phase shift, and sinusoidal axis. So the equation that represents the sinusoidal functions in terms of sine, and this one's in terms of cos. And let's look at what in this equation, the amplitude is the absolute value of A, because the amplitude is always positive, and that's your vertical stretch. And the frequency is your B. Frequency is this number right here, whatever that's going to be in the equation. And the period can be defined as in degrees 360 divided by B, or the period in radians is 2 pi divided by B. Gives us the period. The phase shift is the H. The phase shift is the horizontal translation, H, and is the opposite. Whatever this number is here is the opposite. And the sinusoidal axis is also called the axis of symmetry. It's the axis in the middle. And so the sinusoidal axis is also called the vertical translation, which is your K, so it's Y equals K, so it's the K value that's in your equation. Here we go. Find each. Number one is amplitude, and let's find the amplitude for all of these. And what's the amplitude? It's the absolute value of A. So A is right here, so the absolute value of A is 4. In this equation, A is -6, so the absolute value of -6 is 6. Right here, A is -1, the absolute value is 1. Right here, A is 1/2, so we have absolute value is 1/2. And the amplitude here is the absolute value of 3, which is 3. The amplitude is never negative, it's always positive. The frequency is the B value. The B value is right after the sine, or cos. So the B value here, and that's a 1/3 in brackets. So the B is 1/3. Right here, the B is 2. Right here, the B is 4/5. Right here, the B is 1. And right here, B is 4. So that's the frequency. The frequency is the B. The B is the number right after cos or sine, before the angle. And the period is right here. The period, we don't have it marked, so we can say the period is in degrees, so P equals 360 over B, so that's 360. B is 1/3, so that's 360 times 3, so that's 1,080. It's 360 times 3 over 1. 1,080 is the period. Or we got 2 pi here, is 3 times 2 pi, which is 6 pi, either or. So the period of this one, so it's P is, this is in radians, so instead of doing 360, I'll do 2 pi divided by B. So it's 2 pi divided by 2, so the period is pi, 180 degrees. Again, this could be degrees or radians, but this has got to be in radians. And the period here, this is in degrees, so P is 360 divided by, as we see, 360 divided by B, just to make sure. So it's 360 divided by 4/5. So that becomes 360 times 5 over 4. So 4 into that goes 90. So 5 times 90, so the period is 5 9s are 45, 450 degrees. And right here, the period is, this is in degrees, so it's 360 divided by B, so it's 360. B is 1, so the period is 360. And right here I got radians, so P is 2 pi over B, and b is 4, so it's 2 pi divided by 4. So 2 into 4 goes 2, so it's pi over 2. 2's cancel. So the period is 90. Okay, phase shift. The phase shift is the h in the equation, is the opposite. So the phase shift here is the h. Notice theta minus h. There's no h in here. So the phase shift is 0. It would be 0 degrees, or in this case we'll say degrees. The phase shift here, this is in radians, is opposite of pi over 4. Opposite of negative pi over 4 is a positive pi over 4. And the phase shift here, that's a plus 60. So the phase shift is a minus 60. Phase shift here, that's a minus 90, is a plus 90. The phase shift here is negative pi, and is the opposite. And again, if you look at this one, what do you put here to give you 0? The answer is 90. What do you put here to give you 0? Negative 60. What do you put here to give you 0? Is negative pi. And the sinusoidal axis is the k value. Sinusoidal axis is the value of k on the end. So the sinusoidal axis is y equals negative 5. The sinusoidal axis here is y equals 1. Sinusoidal axis here, there's no number on the end, so it's 0. Y equals 0, or just sinusoidal axis passes through a horizontal line of 0. Sinusoidal axis is the number on the end, is y equals negative 3. Sinusoidal axis here is the k value. Remember, the k value is on the end, so the sinusoidal axis is y equals 2. So that's picking out the amplitude, frequency, period, and phase shift and sinusoidal axis from an equation. Very important to be able to pick these out from the equation. And that brings us to the end of another video. If you like what I'm doing, click on the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button if you wish. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.